Hey, good afternoon, traders. It's just after 2:30 on April 22nd, and this is the view from my Vantage Point. My name's Daniel, and we're going to be talking about some ETF trading today. There's been a lot of news about China and the 7-year high in China and what's been going on over there in their markets. We're going to talk about how those have affected some ETFs you can trade right here in the U.S. markets and make money consistently. But first, let me remind you, we're talking about Vantage Point trading software. Vantage Point is intermarket analysis software, and it looks at the markets from a global perspective. So it should be easy for you to see today, especially with all the news on China, how having a global view of the markets can help you make money right here in the U.S. or if you're trading abroad. Having a global view of the markets is going to give you better information so that you can make better decisions and make more money. You might be asking me how? Well, if you're looking at the chart on your screen, we're looking at the SPY. There's a blue line, a black line, and a green line on the chart. I'm going to go over some predictive indicators that are available in Vantage Point trading software, and those predictive indicators can give you an advanced notice of trend changes 1 to 3 days in advance with up to 86% accuracy. Now, it's end-of-day data that Vantage Point works off of, so every day you get a rolling update for the next 1 to 3 days, and that's going to give you information about timing and direction for whatever it is you're trading that Vantage Point is forecasting for. In this case, the SPY. All right, so the blue line is the predicted moving average here in Vantage Point. It's a predictive indicator that's telling you what the overall trend is expected to be over the next couple of days. The relationship that that blue line has with the black line right here is telling you whether or not that trend is expected to go up or go down. In this case, we see that the blue line is above the black line for the majority of this chart ever since April 6th. Vantage Point has been saying this trend is expected to go up, and it's been going up ever since. Now, I want to draw some special attention to where that crossover happened, right here on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, you can see that blue line is already angled up. That's Vantage Point's indication that that trend is expected to move up, and it crosses on that day. But look at that black line, that moving average that you're used to seeing in all the other tools that you're using today. It's still going down for 1, 2, 3 days, and it's not until after this day, the 4th day, does it actually move up. Right there, you can see you get a 4-day jump on this move in the SPY, picking up more profits and making more money. Now, when you see this crossover, you want to get some extra confirmation, and this green line at the bottom is going to provide you that. This green line is a predicted neural index. Now, before that green line is plotted, Vantage Point has looked at those global markets. And actually, before any forecasts are done in this ETF or any ETF we're going to look at today, Vantage Point has looked at 25 other markets that drive, influence, and impact that share price of that ETF. 25 markets. They're pulling the price down. They're pushing the price up. They're doing all kinds of, we're talking interest rates. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. We're talking about global markets, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. If I go pull up the SPY right now in my market tree in Vantage Point, and I'm telling you about those 25 intermarkets, you can see exactly what I mean. The intermarkets are generating the information that's giving you the forecast. Right here. Spider properties. There's an interest rate. There's another spider for the consumer discretionary spider. Diamonds, the Dow, the E-mini Dow, the NASDAQ, the Euro dollar, another interest rate, gold. So you can see there are ETFs, there's futures markets. Here's a stock right mixed in here between the yen and light sweet crude oil. These markets might be pushing the price up, might be pulling the price down, but you can see that these are global influences. And if you have Vantage Point, you're able to use those global influencing factors to generate these forecasts and give you advanced notice. So back to the forecast. Blue line went above the black line. Neural index confirmed it. That neural index being up here in this one position like it is on these days is telling you to expect some strength. Along with that trend change, Vantage Point is indicating short-term strength. So if you're using this tool and you get into position, you could hold that position. I'm going to draw a little fancy a trend line here to the yesterday's candle. You could hold that position in 11 trading days up. You're up $2.56 per share. Very simple to understand, very easy to use and read, and extremely effective. Now, there's also some predictive indicators out here to the right. This little floating candlestick is a predicted high and the predicted low for the trading day. This would be today. You would have received this last night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you get that again in every market or stock or ETF that Vantage Point forecasts for. All right, let's hop over to China. Here's a Chinese ETF where if you had Vantage Point, you could have taken advantage of this big pop or this big move, this 7-year high that China's experiencing right now. Way back here in March, Vantage Point said that was going to happen. Again, a great indication where the regular standard technical indicator is still saying downtrend, but Vantage Point has already shifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days before the standard technical indicator is saying this trend is going up. Vantage Point is saying this trend change is coming. You could have taken advantage of that move right there, and this is up even more today. I mean, you guys have read the news stories, you've been listening to the radio and watching the TV. This move represents a 22% profit in 25 trading days. That's near 1% per day, plus what it's done today. These kinds of profits, this kinds of moves, I mean, that's $9.50 per share for something you could easily have 1,000 shares of. That's a $9,000 profit in one ETF in the last 25 trading days. Guys, gals, this is why you're trading. So you can take advantage of these kinds of moves and make money like this on a consistent basis. Same thing here. Here's another Chinese ETF. Blue line went above the black line. The Neural Index was in a 1. Again, an opportunity where Vantage Point indicated this trend was going to go up, and it's gone up ever since, and it's up again today, especially with all the news. Another 15% profit. So again, you're talking about $4,000, $5,000 buying just 1,000 shares of this. Vantage Point gave you the early indication. You were in position, and you were prepared to profit. That's the kind of reward you get when you use patented technology that predicts the trends up to 3 days in advance. Now, there's a lot of news going on, guys, global news that are impacting what you're trading. If you're not trading these ETFs and you're trading stocks in the US, or you're trading Forex, or you're trading futures, the global influences are there, they're real, and they're impacting you every day. What are you going to do to take advantage of it?